Think about the last time you felt truly rich. Not the bank balance kind, the kind that sits in your chest, calm, easy, like nothing is chasing you. When did that last happen? For most people, the honest answer is hard to find, because we were taught to connect that feeling with a price tag. Better car, nicer apartment, the vacation with the good photos. But here is what nobody put in the advertisement. The things that actually produce that feeling, the deep, real, nobody can take this from me feeling. They cost absolutely nothing. Today, we are going through 15 of them. 15 things sitting in your life right now, available to you today, completely free. And I want to tell you this up front. A few of these will feel obvious. You will nod and move on. But 2 or 3 of them are going to land differently. They are going to make you stop and think about something you quietly gave up a long time ago without realizing it. Stay until number 14. That one surprises people every single time. And number 15, hold on for that one. Because without it, the first 14 are almost impossible to actually enjoy. Let us get into it. Number 1. Real silence. On purpose. We are almost never quiet anymore. Think about it. There's always something playing. A video, a podcast, a notification, background music, a TV nobody is really watching. Silence has become genuinely rare. And rare things have value. Most people cannot sit in a quiet room for 10 minutes. It feels uncomfortable. It feels like wasting time. But here is the thing about that discomfort. It is not emptiness. It is actually a doorway. And what is on the other side of it is a nervous system that finally gets a moment to settle. A woman named Patricia Cole works double shifts at a grocery store 3 days a week. She started sitting in complete silence for 15 minutes every evening. No phone, no TV, no music, just quiet. She said the first week felt strange. By week 3, she said it was the part of her day she protected most. People pay real money to sit in quiet rooms at wellness retreats. That same room exists in your home tonight. It just needs you to turn everything off. Try it for 5 minutes. Just 5. And notice what happens around minute 3. Number 2. A full night of sleep. Properly protected. We treat sleep like something we borrow from. Busy week? Cut the sleep. Behind on work? Stay up later. And we act like that is discipline. It is not. It is just slow damage. Sleep is what your body uses to repair itself. Mood, memory, patience, immune system. All of it gets worked on at night. No supplement does what 8 good hours of sleep does. Not one. A man named George Winters drove trucks for years running on 5 hours a night. He was proud of it. Called it hustle. Then his doctor told him his stress markers were through the roof and asked about his sleep. He started protecting 7 to 8 hours. Within a month, he said he was a different person. More patient with his kids, sharper at work, less angry at everything. He did not buy anything new. He just stopped stealing from himself at night. Sleep is free. Protected sleep is one of the most expensive feeling things a human body can experience. And you already own the bed. Number 3. Teaching yourself something brand new. For nothing. There has never been more free knowledge available in human history than right now. Full courses, expert tutorials, books, language lessons, cooking techniques, financial basics. Most of it is free. Sitting on a screen you already own. A woman named Destiny Okafor works as a hotel receptionist. She spent her lunch breaks learning graphic design through free online videos. No tuition, no enrollment. Just 30 minutes a day and genuine curiosity. A year later, she had a small side income doing design work on weekends. Learning is the one thing nobody can ever take back from you. And unlike most investments, the entry cost right now is nearly zero. Pick one thing you have always wanted to understand. Cooking. budgeting, a new language, photography. Whatever it is, someone has already made a free resource for it. Your job is just to show up consistently. Number 4. Opening your home to the people you love. Somewhere we all picked up this idea that having people over requires the house to be perfect. The food has to be impressive. The whole place needs to look a certain way. That one idea has quietly stopped a lot of good evenings from ever happening. Nobody who genuinely loves you showed up for the decor. A man named James Adeyemi hosts a dinner every few weeks. Nothing fancy. A big pot of food, some chairs pulled around, whoever can make it. He said it costs him almost nothing and fills his whole week with warmth that no restaurant could ever sell him. The table does not have to be long. The meal does not have to be elaborate. What matters is people sitting together with nowhere else to be. Community is a real luxury. And most of us stopped building it because we thought we needed more space or more money first. You do not. You just need to invite someone. Number 5. The freedom to say no. Researchers tracked thousands of people across different countries and income levels. One pattern kept showing up. People who actively protected their time reported higher life satisfaction, not people who earned the most. People who guarded their hours best. Saying no is a financial decision dressed up as a social one. Every yes you give away to something you do not want costs you time you will not get back. A teacher named Amara Nwosu spent years saying yes to everything: extra committees, weekend events, favors she resented halfway through. One day she just stopped. She started saying no to the things that did not truly matter to her. Politely, calmly, but clearly. She said the first few no's felt like swallowing something wrong. By the 10th one, it felt like breathing properly. No is a full sentence. It does not need an explanation attached. And every time you say it to the wrong thing, you are automatically saying yes to something that actually belongs in your life. Number 6. Reading, especially from a book that costs you nothing. Your public library is one of the best deals that still exists anywhere. Thousands of books, audiobooks, courses, films, all of it available on a card that costs nothing to get and nothing to use. A man named Howard Briggs works as a security guard. He reads 2 library books every month: history, biographies, business, fiction. He jokes that he has a better self-education than most people he meets with expensive degrees. He spent $0 on it. There is a specific kind of rich that comes from sitting with a good book in a quiet room. No notifications, no feed refreshing, just you and someone else's best thinking on a page. The library has been offering that for free your entire life. We just forgot to use it while we were paying for streaming services we half-watch. One card, thousands of doors. Number 7. 2 hours a week in something green. A study out of the United Kingdom followed nearly 20,000 people. The finding was clear. People who spent at least 2 hours a week in nature reported significantly better health and well-being than those who spent none. 2 hours, less than 20 minutes a day. Rich or struggling, young or older, the effect held the same. A woman named Sandra Ferreira started walking through a small park near her apartment every morning, just 15 minutes. She was not training for anything, not chasing a number on a scale, just outside, moving slowly, in something green. After a month, she said she could not explain exactly what had changed, but something in her had settled. Your body knows the difference between outside and inside. It responds to green the same way it responds to water when you are thirsty. No gym membership needed, no trail pass required, just a door and the willingness to walk through it. Number 8. A real conversation with someone you love. The United States Surgeon General called loneliness a public health crisis. Being chronically disconnected carries health risks comparable to smoking heavily every single day. About half of American adults report feeling genuinely lonely. And here is the painful part. The cure is free. It has always been free. A phone call to the friend you keep meaning to call. A long dinner with no phones on the table. A conversation that goes somewhere real instead of staying on the surface. A man named Kevin Osei said his whole friendship group had dissolved into group chats and reaction emojis. Nobody was actually talking. He started calling one friend a week. Not texting. Calling. The first conversation lasted 2 hours and felt like drinking water after a long thirst. You do not need a big social life. You need a few real ones. 1 or 2 people who actually know you is worth more than 100 people who only know your highlights. Pick up the phone today, not to text, to actually talk. Before we get into the second half of the list, and honestly, the back half hits harder than the front half for most people, do me one quick favor. If this is landing for you, subscribe and stay with me. This is exactly what this channel is built for. The free, quiet habits that make an ordinary life feel genuinely wealthy. All right, let us keep going. Number 9, doing one single thing at a time. Your attention is the most valuable thing you produce every day, and right now, it is being split into small pieces and scattered in a dozen directions before noon. Most of us have not done one thing at a time in years. We eat while watching something. We work while checking messages. We listen while scrolling. And we wonder why everything feels shallow and nothing feels satisfying. A woman named Tara Mills made one simple rule. When she ate, she just ate. No phone, no screen, no multitasking, just the food and sometimes the person across from her. It felt strange for a few days. Then she started actually tasting her food, actually hearing what people said to her. She called it turning the volume back up on her own life. Full attention is rare. It is also free. And given one thing, your complete presence is exactly the kind of richness money cannot manufacture. Number 10, a long walk, with no destination in mind. Not steps toward a fitness goal, not a workout. Just walking for the plain pleasure of moving through the world at the speed of a thought. Walking is one of the oldest and most underrated luxuries on this list, and it has never once required a membership. A nurse named Blessing Adio started walking after her shifts. 30 minutes, no podcast, no music, just the neighborhood and her own thoughts. She said problems that felt completely unsolvable inside a building became manageable somewhere around the 3rd block. Her best decisions, she says, came on those walks, not from staring at a screen, from moving slowly enough through the world to actually think clearly. The sidewalk outside your door already leads somewhere useful, even if that somewhere turns out to be just a clearer head and a slower heartbeat. Number 11, a calm space, made by removing things, not buying them. More stuff creates more noise. Even when the stuff is sitting quietly in a corner, your brain registers it. The clutter, the unfinished corners, the things bought and forgotten. A cleared room feels like a deep breath, and creating one costs nothing. A man named Raymond O.B. spent one weekend going through every room in his apartment. Anything he would not bother replacing if it disappeared. He removed it, donated, sold, or left it at the curb. He said the apartment felt twice the size. His mornings felt simpler. He could find everything he owned. And for the first time in a long time, being home actually felt like rest. A calm space is a luxury, not the kind you furnish, the kind you clear. And clearing costs nothing but an afternoon and a few honest decisions. Number 12, a simple meal made at home, eaten slowly. Cooking became something we outsource. Eating became something we rush through with one hand on a phone. And somewhere in that shift, we lost one of the quietest pleasures a person can have. A meal you made yourself, eaten at a table with no screen nearby. That is a real luxury. It costs a fraction of delivery. It smells like something warm and real. And the act of slowing down enough to actually taste what you made is exactly what a nice restaurant charges $40 a plate to recreate. A woman named Christine Adeyele started cooking simple meals on Sunday evenings. Just her, basic ingredients, and a kitchen that smelled good. She said it became the best hour of her entire week. You already have the kitchen. You already have the dishes. The luxury was never the restaurant. It was the slowness. And the slowness costs nothing at all. Number 13. Noticing what you already have. The finish line keeps moving. That is the design. You reach the income you wanted and the number shifts. You get the thing and the next thing quietly appears. The craving does not stop on its own. You have to interrupt it. Gratitude is that interruption, not the greeting card version. The daily quiet habit of pausing and naming what was already good about the day. A man named Louis Tan started writing down 3 things every night before bed. Small things, a meal that was good, a conversation that made him laugh, a moment of quiet that was easy to miss. He did this for 60 days. He said the world did not change at all, but how he moved through it shifted completely. The richest feeling available to any person is the sense that what you already have is genuinely enough. That feeling is not purchased. It is grown, slowly, one noticed thing at a time. Before you reach for the next thing, look at what the craving has been making you overlook. Number 14. The first hour of your day, before the world finds you. Most of us hand this hour away before we are fully awake. The phone is already in our hand before our eyes adjust to the light. And before we have had one single clear thought, we have already absorbed the news, other people's opinions, and a long list of problems that were not ours when we went to sleep. A woman named Florence Addo started leaving her phone in the kitchen at night. She wakes up, makes tea, sits by the window, and does nothing in particular for 45 minutes. She said she used to think that was lazy. Now she calls it the most useful thing she does all day. Every decision she makes after that hour is calmer, clearer, more like her. Nobody is selling you a slow morning. Because a slow morning makes you want less. It makes you feel like enough already. And that is not good for the people trying to reach you before you are fully awake. Protect that first hour. Even just one morning this week. Watch what changes by noon. Nothing about your day will look different, but everything about how you carry it will. Number 15. Financial peace. Not wealth, just peace. Everything on this list becomes easier when you are not financially terrified. Not rich. Not debt-free necessarily. Just not one bad week away from disaster. A woman named Adayezi Easy worked as a school aide. She started putting aside a fixed small amount every single month into a high-yield savings account. She did not wait for a raise. She started with what she already had. A year later, she had a small cushion, not enough to retire on. Enough that a broken phone or an unexpected bill did not make her heart sink. She said she slept differently, not because the number was large, because the number existed. That gap between 0 and something, that is exactly where the peace lives. The cushion is not about wealth. It is about calm. It turns emergencies into inconveniences. It turns fear into something manageable. And you can start building it this week with whatever you already have right now. The interest is a small bonus. The peace is the entire point. So there they are. 15 things that cost nothing and feel like everything. Silence, sleep, learning, community, saying no. reading, nature, real conversation, full attention, a long walk, a cleared room, a slow meal, gratitude, a protected morning. And underneath all of it, a little financial calm holding the rest together. Not one of these needs a raise. Not one needs a bigger apartment or a better bank balance. The richest version of your life is not waiting behind a price tag. It has been sitting here the whole time, in the parts of the day you kept rushing straight past. Pick one thing from this list. Just one. Protect it this week. You will feel the difference by Friday without your balance moving a single cent. Now, I want to hear from you. Which one of these do you already have without ever calling it a luxury? And which one do you know you have quietly been neglecting? Drop it in the comments below. I read all of them. See you in the next one.